Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Asheville has long been recognized for two outstanding historical destinations. One of them is, of course, the Biltmore Estate. The other is the glorious, near-century-old Grove Park Inn Resort and Spa. As Deborah Holt-Noel discovered, there's so much to do at this famous resort that you may have to extend your stay.
Breathtaking views canvas your visit to the Grove Park Inn. At the heart of your experience is the Grove Park's own magnificent history.
Well, when E.W. Grove moved to Asheville around 1902, Asheville really didn't have a fine hotel. And coming from St. Louis, he recognized that need. It took him several years to decide exactly where he was going to build it, but he picked this site on Sunset Mountain. They started construction in 1912 and by 1913 had finished it. And that was quite an undertaking. But one of the things they did was they went out and they hired local laborers. They had 400 men and they paid them more than anybody else in town was paying them. So they had more workers than anyone else, and they built this inn primarily with hand labor and mules.
The Grove Park Inn was built for the absolute comfort and rest of its guests, and many of those design elements remain. You'll find some literally etched in the granite boulders collected from the Grove's 1,200-acre grounds, and others thoughtfully camouflaged, like the original twin elevators encased in boulders that flank the grand fireplaces. Aside from housing the elevators of the historical main inn, the grand fireplaces have become beloved centerpieces of the inn's Great Hall. The Great Hall is also the foyer to the Sunset Terrace, where visitors gather on the veranda for glorious sunset, or inside for the social hour. Live music nightly adds style to this laid-back social hour. Guests may order from a menu in this area or any of several others at the inn. One is west of the Great Hall in the Salmon's Wing. The Magnolia Lounge is a more subdued area with couches and giant picture windows. For casual dining, you'll love the Blue Ridge Dining Room, so named for the panoramic view of the Blue Ridge from the window tables. Acoustic music strikes the perfect chord for the evening. And a lavish two-room prime rib or seafood buffet features carving stations, more than a dozen salads and side dishes, and desserts, of course. For a more intimate and elegant dining experience, reserve your table at Horizons.
It's our jewel box. It has been consecutively for the last 17 years rated 4 Diamond. It's also, we have the Best of award through Wine Spectator because of the wide variety of wines that we have available. I would venture to say it's as intense a wine selection as anywhere in Western North Carolina.
To add to that intensity is the Grove Park's own signature wine collection.
Very proud to introduce. This is our Cremant that I'd mentioned. It's made over in Burgundy, France.
In addition to the sparkling Cremant by Jean-Luc of Burgundy, there are 4 other wines: a Sauvignon Blanc, a Merlot, a Chardonnay, and a Cabernet Sauvignon, all created in Sonoma County, California. And for beer lovers, there's the Grove Park Inn's Great Gatsby Abbey Ale. After a fabulous dinner, you're welcome to retire in one of the inn's comfortable guest rooms. Perhaps you will have reserved your stay in one of the guest rooms of the historic main inn. If so, you'll be graced with some of the same attractions that existed when the hotel was built, like pure oak arts and crafts furnishings, distinguishable by this insignia on the handles. For those who are not quite ready to call it a night, Alain's Dueling Piano Bar is the Grove Park Inn's after-dark venue located on the lower level of the Vanderbilt Wing, below the Blue Ridge Dining Room. Every Wednesday through Saturday, the show starts at 9 o'clock and won't stop till 1 a.m. Of course, an incredible history, food, and fun aren't all you'll find at the Grove Park Inn. In fact, one of its most luxurious treasures alone is worth a day's trip. The spa at the Grove Park Inn Resort is a 40,000 square foot subterranean sanctuary featuring mineral pools and man-made waterfalls and an incredible heated pool outdoors among the mountains. Of course, indulgent treatments of all kinds are available, so just be sure to plan extra time to relish every moment. Another daytime option for Grove Park visitors is the nearby Grovewood Gallery Gardens and Museums. They're all just a short complimentary shuttle ride away. The pathways of Grovewood are surrounded by sculpture gardens displaying creatively whimsical art. 6 English-style cottages built in 1917 comprise its main attractions, but they once housed the weaving and woodworking business originally called Biltmore Estate Industries. It's a fascinating history revealed inside the Homespun Museum. In another of the buildings is the Grovewood Gallery, an impressive 2-story showroom filled with contemporary and traditional fine American craft, handmade furniture, jewelry, glass, and more. It's one of the nation's premier galleries. And while you're here, be sure to stop by the Estes Wynn Antique Car Museum. You'll find a collection of rare and vintage automobiles, all preserved in mostly original running condition. And if you make friends with the manager, Jerry Ball, you can try one out like I did. Now, you don't have to go off property to enjoy some shopping at the Grove Park Inn. Just take a stroll along their walk in the park in the Vanderbilt wing. You'll find boutique shops like the Signature of Grove Park, Treasures from the Park, Tastings of Grove Park, and Christmas in the Park for an unexpected delight.
I think we're holding true to the original legacy of Dr. Grove when the hotel was first built in 1913. We're authentic, we're genuine. We've combined that historical uniqueness of a one-of-a-kind property with a lot of fun.
To plan your visit to the historic Grove Park Inn Resort and Spa in Asheville, call 1-800-438-5800 or go online to groveparkinn.com.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.